discussing about what? Yeah, installation testing. First, tell me what is mean by installation. The process of delivering software from company system to, for example, this is the client system. So how we can write then? How we can write the process of the process of delivering properly software from company system to client's system is called as what we called it as installation testing. But I have a question. How they will install the software? While installing, they will follow some installation guidelines. Follow installation guidelines. Now I have a question. As a user, sorry, as a test engineer, can we do this work? Can we do this work? Who will install the software from like company system to client system? Installation team is there. Which team is there? That is collaborated with even DevOps engineers. You know what is meant by DevOps? Development operations. Nowadays, DevSecOps booming. What happens in DevOps, you know? They'll create some virtual servers, even CI/CD pipeline, continuous integration and continuous deployment. Anyone know AWS? Do you know? Have you learned? EC2 services? How to create like a virtual like VM server, virtual machines or virtual servers, how we can create. Instances are there, no? First we should have to run the instance. Once you run the instance, then first it will ask for the key pair. So once we create the key pair, that key pair we should have to launch through Git Bash. Then it will create the VM server. What is EC2? Elastic Cloud Compute or Compute Cloud. Okay, leave it. So this is what we called it as installation. But what are installation guidelines that we should have to discuss? Copy this. Let us copy. I am not audible. Guys, check once. Am I audible? Ha. Now is it coming? Voice is coming properly? Yeah. Okay, fine. Now, what are the installation guidelines we should have to follow during installation testing? That we'll discuss now. Is it done? Copy first. Now look here, I'll close for everyone. Close whiteboard. Then now I am going to share my screen, entire screen. Now I will open this material under desktop, Naresh IT, under Naresh IT manual testing, under manual testing. Is it visible now? Hello? Guys, is it visible? Whatever I'm showing here. PDF. Everyone. Good. Now see. Uh, where is that PDF? Not user acceptance. We are discussing about installation. See, while installation, application is user friendly or not. See, these are all installation guidelines. Okay. After installation, we will check the memory. Before installation, whatever memory is there, after installation, same memory is there or not. If memory is like reducing, then what happens? The content will be lost. The content will be lost. So that what we should have to check mandatorily, memory we should have to check. Okay. And you know one thing, while creating the builds, we should have to compile and compress the application. How we can create build? What I told you, what is mean by build? Compile and compressed. So once we compress, then the memory size will be changes. Okay. Again, once we open that, then the memory size, again, it will becomes by default, whatever the memory size is there. For example, 5 MB. Initially, without compressing, it will be 5 MB. Once we compress file, it becomes 300, for example. Again, once we open, once we extract it, once we unzip it, then what happens? It will comes to its original position. What is that original position? 500 MB. Okay. Now see, so verify uninstallation process also. Once the application is installed, whether is getting uninstall or not. Okay. So write these 3 points. Then the point is very important, recovery testing. What is recovery testing? Anyone? I told you recovery is also called as reliability testing. You have written in your notes. What is that? What is meant by recovery? What you know about recovery testing? Recovery in the sense what? Recovers. Huh. Huh. Deleting files anta. Again, loss. What loss? Business loss, money loss. This Riya, Rathi, Nikita belongs to our class. Okay, fine. Okay. Now look here. What is mean by reliability testing means we should have to understand the concept here. So let us stop sharing the screen. Then okay, again my whiteboard is visible to you, online team. Is it visible? Whiteboard, I'm asking you. Yes. See, look here. Look here, I'm writing capital A. Visible, no? Yeah. Yes. Okay, fine, good. See, we are discussing about recovery testing. See what we will check under this testing. Let us understand the scenario. Two friends are there. Okay. Uh, okay. है ना? ये देखो ना, यस यस बोल रहे, एक बंदा नो बोला था, नॉट विजिबल, बाद में यस बोला है. Guys, whatever I am drawing here, is it visible? No? Hello? Yeah, yes. Fine. Now see, look here, everyone. Who is boy and who is girl here? Ah, very good. A, Mr. A, Miss B. Am I right? For example, Mr. A want to transfer some money, 10K, for example. Through what? Phone Pay you are using. Ah. So phone pay. So many pays are there. Phone pay. Now what happens? The moment while transferring the money, suddenly, network or data loss. What happens? Ah, what happens? Immediately your application will, like this, it will buffers. It will starts buffering. What is mean by this buffering? The meaning of buffering is application is recovering from abnormal situation to normal situation. What is that? Abnormal situation to normal situation. So can I write here, the meaning of buffer is application is recovering from abnormal situation to, okay, to normal situation. Okay. So abnormal situation to normal situation. How we come to know application is like it is facing abnormal situation? By looking towards this buffer. Then once the buffering is done, either payment will done or directly you will come to the first page. Understanding? It means what we can check during retesting during recovery testing here, The process of checking, the process of checking whether the software is recovers from abnormal situation to abnormal situation to normal situation or not, normal situation or not, is called as what we called it as recovery, or it is also called as reliability testing. Okay, same power loss, it will be happens due to power loss or due to data loss. Two reasons are there, one is power loss, second one is data loss. So data loss or power loss. Did you understand? Did you understand? Copy this. Why? Maintain some gap, write this. 4 lines or 5 lines, leave it and write it. Huh? Guys, it's not visible. Hello, online team. Visible. Arvind, leave the class and rejoin. Leave the class and rejoin, ma. Zoom out, guys. For whom it is not visible properly, no, please zoom out. Is it visible to you properly? It's no, no. Done? Yeah. Now next, right, I think you forgot to write the installation guidelines now. Is it done? Can I remove? Good. Now look here. Who is that guy? Write installation guidelines. ఇక్కడ మీరు ఇది చేయకండి, మెసేజ్ చేయండి. So done. Okay, next. So once recovery is done, then we'll be having standard testing. Don't write it. See, this testing is we can't do in practical. What is meant by performance testing? Very, very, very important. And one more thing, for this role, for performance testing role, we will be having separate test engineers, because if you want to work on performance testing, we should have knowledge about different tools. See, JMeter, load runner, web stress. Look here, speed in processing to check performance of application. Testers will follow the below types of tools. One is a JMeter tool, second one is load runner, third one is web stress. Okay, low, they haven't written properly here, I'll show you. Look here, look here everyone. See, we are discussing about performance testing. What is that? Sir, what is this performance testing, sir? The process of checking performance of software with respect to load or multiple users, or is called as, what we called it as, see, what are the different tools used for this particular testing? First tool is, don't write. Diksha, I will remove you from the class. Don't play with me. Remove that, whatever you have written. See, first one is load runner tool. Second one is JMeter tool. Third one is web stress. If you are working with Tosca tool, then Neoload, it supports to Tosca, not Selenium. See, Tosca is one of the tool, guys. That is a scriptless automation. So there we can do the scanning process. Actually, it is created by Tricentis. Which company? Tricentis Tosca. That is paid version. Selenium is free and open source. Free and open source. Remove that, no? Diksha. Not visible, so I adjust the screen. Fine. So look here, look here. So this is what we called it as performance testing. So which tools are preferred? Load runner, JMeter, WebStrace, and different test engineer is there for performance. So what kind of testings we can do then? Functional as well as non-functional. And what kind of testings we can do under automation testing? Only regression testing. Which testing? So regression testing can be automated. Why regression only automated? I told you. What are the challenges we should have to face during regression? What are the challenges are there? Yes. What are the challenges do you have faced like during regression? Manual tester will get bored so that he will listen the songs. Yeah, it is time consuming. Same process they should have to do again and again. So process repetition is there. And third thing, like day by day, since work goes on increases, it requires more number of resources or employees. Copy this. Now, for example, I'll tell you what is this performance, how it can be done, sir. Tell me. See, guys, for each and every application except server, we will be having some limitations. See, these many number of users can use this application simultaneously. What is meant by simultaneously? At a time. For example, in our India, especially, what happens? Look here. Is it done? Copy fast. I'm not talking, then how you will get the voice? Ria Rathi. Ria Rathi. Now I'm audible. What to do? Is it done? Okay, fine, no issue. Then look here, everyone, what we should have to do here. See how we can check how the performance test engineer will do the performance testing. See, for example, what is the date today? 8th August. 8th August. 18th. Imagine, badhiya. See, look here. What happens here for this 8th August? Today is your last day of online scholarship submission date. You should have to submit your scholarship from like today itself only. Actually, they have been introduced, it's like 1st July in the college. But we know that when we can apply on the last day. Am I right? So if you go there, unfortunately, if you open the application and if you write there w www.universityscholarship.com, for example, then what happens? System will faces abnormal situation. What is that? Oh. So what we can do in this case? So during this abnormal situation, what we will do? See, after some time it will show you like server is down. Server is Y. Why? Very good. More users results. Look here. Very good, ma. See, if we increase number of users, then automatically the performance of application falls down. Okay, look here. Performance is directly proportional to, inversely proportional to number of users. If I increase, unfortunately, look here, if number of users increases, what is this size? What is the sign of this? Increases, then it results in performance decreases. What is that? If number of users like increases, then performance decreases. It means performance is totally depends on what? Number of users. So depending upon this, sometimes we will increase users suddenly and we can check the performance of application. Sometimes we can increase the number of users slowly. Initially, for example, 100 users are using, I will add 10 users. Then how much? 110. Again 10, 20. Again 10, 130. Then slowly I will increase as number of users. Meanwhile, what I can check? Performance of application. And second thing is suddenly we will increase the number of users. 100 people are using, for example, 2000 people are using. Again, I will add 1000 people. Then what happens? Tell me. Yes. Suddenly performance goes down, falls down. Am I right or wrong? Yes. So there are two things: slowly increasing number of users, checking the performance, load testing. Suddenly we can increase the number of users, checking the performance of application. And third one is volume. That is nothing but we can check how many users does our software handles at a time or simultaneously. Okay. Now look here. I'll clear it. Look here, everyone. See, first one is load testing. What is that? Load testing means the execution of software under customer expected configuration and customer expected load to estimate the speed in processing. If we change or like if we increase the load, then what happens? That we'll discuss here. See, gradually increasing the load and checking the performance of application. Gradually in the sense linearly, slowly. What is meant by stress testing then? Under stress testing, we can increase users. I told you, no, 2000, 1000 again we can attach. It means suddenly we can increase the users and we'll check performance of application, whether it is stable or not. And third one is volume. Volume means how much users or how much data does this application will handles at a time. That will comes under volume testing. So how many things are there under performance? How many things are there under security? What are that? Authentication, authorization, and encryption. What is meant by access control? Authorization, whether the authorized person is having permissions for all the modules or not. What is meant by encryption? Whether the passwords are encrypted or not. Encryption in the sense which is not in the form of human readable formats. Okay. Okay, ma, good. Copy this. No, if you study this much, it is enough, guys. But till when you should have to study? Till your interview, till you got place. Okay, copy this. And don't you think it's not the rocket science? Again, I'm telling you, after all testing, everyone will get the job, but you should have to by heart everything. What is meant by SDLC? What is difference between verification and validation? Like, what are the different models of SDLC? What are the different meetings in Agile? How Agile is famous as compared to other models? What is waterfall model? What are the drawbacks? What are the advantages? Okay, what are the different types of functional testing? What is difference between smoke and sanity? What is difference between retesting and regression testing? You can open any interview, check on YouTube, you will get these questions only. Rather than this, you will not get anything. Okay, na? But the thing is, everyone is learning. So, who will get the job? The person whoever is putting everything in the frame in front of interviewers. If you are telling very good everything, then they will hire you, otherwise, fire you. Don't worry. Once manual is done, we'll discuss all the questions and answers in detail. Okay. Once Java is done, then we'll discuss. I told you, more time we should have to spend on what? Java, Core Selenium, Advanced Selenium, frameworks, and API testing. These are very important. Done? Is it done? Okay. Write this. Note. What is the note? Slowly increase the load. Load means what? Number of users, and check the behavior of application. Done. So write the stress as well as volume. And what is the difference between functional and non-functional testing? Look here. Even you can write. What is functional testing? What we can validate? Functionality of software. What is non-functional testing? Performance, security, and recovery of software. What we can do the, see, okay, let us write this, then we'll discuss now. I told you functional testing is mandatory, non-functional is on customer demand. Functional testing will match the customer requirements, non-functional will match customer expectations. Are you facing any issues, guys, today with respect to this WebEx I'm talking? नहीं समझे? No need. Done. Now write the difference between functional and non-functional. See, still we are in system in SIT environment. What is that? How many environments are there? I told you. DIT, development integration testing environment. Second one is SIT, system integration testing environment. Third one is UAT, user acceptance testing environment. Last one is, turn the pages. It is there. Production. What is that? Production. Finding a fine. Somewhere it is there in your notebook. Is there DIT, SIT, UAT, and production. Now see, once again I'll tell you, I'll clear your doubts. Look here. Is it done? Right, difference between done. Now look here. This one difference. Copy fast. Allow me. Hey, still anyone is there? No one is there in lobby. No. How we can allow them? Everyone is there in the class. Okay, fine. Is it done? Now look here. What I told you. What I told you. Everyone look here. Ha. Is it visible? Whiteboard? Yes. Okay, good. Now see ma, everyone. See guys, we will be having 4 environment. What are that 4 environments? Good. DIT, SIT, UAT, production. So can I write here DIT, SIT, UAT, production. Sir, what is mean by DIT? What is DIT? I am asking you. Development, integration, testing, environment. SIT, system, integration, testing, environment. UAT, user acceptance, testing, environment. Production means, what is meant by production? Deployment. Deploying final product to the client. Now see, everyone look here. Under this DIT, we will be having 2 testings. One is unit, second one is integration. Again, we know that these 2 testings comes under white box testing. What is that? Who is responsible? Developers. Who is responsible? Developers. So this story is done. I think we have discussed about it. Am I right? Next, SIT. What is the story of SIT? Here we will be having two types of testings: functional, NFT, non-functional testing. Functional means compulsory we should have to do. Non-functional, on demand. But these two things are comes under what? Black box testing. Even UAT also comes under black box testing. It is done by whom? Testers. It is developer, it is testers. Even this is also done. Now we will be having third one. What is that? UAT. Again, UAT is having 2 types. One is alpha testing. Second one is beta testing. In interview, no one can ask you like what is alpha and beta. They'll ask you what is the difference between. Mandatory question. Okay. What is difference between alpha and beta testing? First, we'll discuss what is this user acceptance testing. Why user comes into picture? User means once our entire software is done, no, application is done, no, then final product we should have to deliver to users or client. Yeah, user is nothing but client only. Now, what is this client? Who is this client? Yes. Final product for whom we should have to deliver, no, he is our client. So in UAT, what happens? That client will come to the company. Where they will come? Company. For example, you are working in TCS company, so that client peoples will come to TCS company, and they will check. What they'll check? They'll test the entire software whether it is meeting all the requirements or not. All the requirements or not. See here, once they came under UAT, 2 testings will be done. First they will test entire software in real development as well as testing environment. Wherever tester have test the application, developer has developed the application, in that environment what they'll do, they will test each and every feature, each and every functionality is working fine or not. Who is involving here? Client is involving. Client comes to the company, they will sit ideally with testing team, ideally with testing team, one test engineer, second client, both are combinedly they are testing application. Am I right? Next, this is what alpha testing. Alpha means in which environment they are doing testing, testing environment or company environment. But beta means what they will do, they will test application in pre-production. Sir, what is pre-production? Pre-production means it is the such environment after deployment how the user can use the application. For example, WhatsApp we are using, it is like already deployed. Am I right or wrong? We are using that same way. They will create such environment in the company, that is called as pre-production. What we called it as, the environment which is created before production is called as, that is called as real world environment. What is that? Yes. So in that real world environment, even again, that test engineer as well as client sit togetherly and they will test the application. Sir, I have a question. Do you think client knows everything about, for example, we are developing insurance domain program like project. Which project? Insurance. Is it done? Can I remove this? Yes. Take the photo. Don't write. Take the photo. Now take. Okay, look here, everyone. See what I am telling here. Customer will comes to where? Company. Yes, client will come to the company. Understand? Look here, everyone. Ha. So we are discussing about UAT means. Ha. Under UAT, how many things are there? Alpha, beta, and gamma. Na? No gamma. Fine. See, look here. You are in company. Which company? TCS company. Client is here. Client himself, he will come to the company. Client himself, he will come to the company. He will come with whom? There is one person with him. Domain expert. It means the person who is having knowledge of 10 to 15 years related to that domain. For example, you are working in insurance domain. So he will come with him. And test engineer, client. Client means domain expert. So I'll write client. Both are combinedly they are testing application, or they'll check. I told you which environment it is. Company environment. It means wherever we have tested earlier, wherever tester is working, no, that environment or testing environment, say for our, like for the sake of our simplicity. But beta testing is little bit, look here. In beta what happens, they will create pre-production. What is this, ma? Pre-production. It is also called as real world environment. Again here two peoples. Test engineer, client. They'll combinedly test application. Same here, even here. But the thing is, environment is changing. So that they will ask in interview what is difference between alpha and beta. Alpha and if you have 3 to 4 years of experience, don't tell them I have like worked in UAT. Okay, tell them I have worked in only SIT. UAT means you should have to interact with client. Then second thing, your English should be very fluent. Do you think clients are from our India? Gachiboli, Chandapur, Chandanagar? They are from UK. Understanding? Good. Australia, America, Canada. Okay. Yes. So, did you understand what I want to say? Pakka. I don't have trust. Two environments are there. One is company or testing environment. Second one is pre-production, means real world environment. Pakka. Who is coming to the company to do the testing of UAT? Client. He is sitting ideally with whom? Test engineer. And combinedly they are checking testing in company environment is called as very good. They are checking testing in real world environment is called as. Once UAT is done, final software is deployed. After UAT, production comes into picture. So that I have given the environments. First, DIT, white box testing, means unit integration is done. Then functional, non-functional. Then user acceptance. Finally, production. So UAT is nothing but pre-production. Before production, whatever the activities are done by test engineer with the help of client, that comes under pre-production. Samjhe? Samjhe? Okay. Draw this bomma. तेरे कुड़बाई के दिन आ गए. Oh, so this is my border. Yeah, is it done? Pakka. Okay, good. So Now look here, I will show you. तेरी कुड़माई के दिन आ गए. See, alpha beta will discuss tomorrow. So let us write the definition. What is user acceptance testing, ma? User acceptance testing is performed after the product is thoroughly tested. In this testing, look here, whatever I am reading, concentrate. Client himself, not itself, client himself use the application to make sure if everything is working as per the requirements and perfectly in the real world scenario. User acceptance is also called as end user testing. User acceptance is done under two stages. One is alpha, second one is beta. See, alpha testing is done by user or customers in development or testing environment, means they will come back to company wherever software is developed and they'll do the testing. Samjhe? Beta testing means environment will be changed, peoples are same. Which environment? Real world environment. So write only definition. Tomorrow we'll discuss alpha and beta, even difference between alpha and beta, which is very important question, interview question. Once it is done, I'll give you only 20 to 25 questions. Go through it, you will crack manual testing interview. I'm not talking about automation, only manual. But I told you nowadays there are no jobs on manual testing. So what we should have to learn in detail? Automation testing. तेरे कुड़माई के दिन आ गए. Done? Definition. So tomorrow we'll discuss what is the difference between alpha and beta. Fine. Chalo, thank you. नहीं लिया